Where's the... So this episode of My Name is Earl. I used to watch this. I was like 5 years sober when I got sober. And then I came across this. And I was out of the Air Force and done with college. And so this was one of my first shows that I started watching. My Name is Earl. So this was on, what is this? Season 1, episode 17. Okay?
Okay.
This is how art mimics life, mimics art. They just rotate. They hand each other back the reign of art in reality. And so what date was this on? So My Name is Earl. Hold on. Good boy, Beanie. I ain't never got no tax credit.
Tax credit?
Yeah, people. I guess back in 2008, I qualified for like $15,000 tax credit under Obama, and I was like, I don't need
Obama?
it. It's not. I don't need it. I didn't take it. I didn't accept it. Yep, I turn down free money if I don't like who it's coming from. Good boy, Beanie. Let me get my headphones and try and find that article so I can finish my synchronicity.
Synchronicity.
I just saw it. It said how like all these people aren't filing for taxes.
Oh, they're not.
IRS braces for there it is.
Oh, yeah.
IRS braces for $500 billion drop in revenue as taxpayers skip filings in wake of DOJ cuts at agency.
Wow.
And then we're sitting here watching My Name is Earl, and this episode comes up, season 1, 17. Okay. SEASO1. Season 1, episode 17. My name is Earl. In 2006. Wait, My Name is Earl. Okay. I know, B&O. I know, Benny's. It's windy. We're all just all whatever. It's windy. So, episodes, season 1, episode 17. First aired March 2nd, 2006.
First aired.
Called Didn't Pay My Taxes. Is that funny? I love life, man. Life is a trip. I'm getting to really like life. Oh, there it is. I put my lollipop down and I forgot. I misplaced it. Are you coming, pretty girl? What you doing, prettiness? You good girl? I'm gonna do a talk. I'm gonna do a yammer. Watch out, honey bear. I told Mom that our house is just gonna be like our spaceship flying through Earth, and maybe every now and again we'll pass by somebody else's orbit, but probably not. Let's see, Bluetooth. Uh-oh. Which one is this? See, I have 4 of these headphones. And so the newest pair I renamed it, but
Renamed it?
But this one,
That's a good way to
keep them separate, but I have it, I need to like color code it or something. So I can change the name here. You're a good boy, Benny. I cut my hair today. It's the first time I cut it in a year.
I was thinking about
I was
that.
going to a barber and she moved, and I don't even want to deal with. I don't even want to deal with it.
The brother.
Maybe I'll feel like dealing with it another time.
Mm-hmm.
But I just looked in the mirror and thought to myself, I really don't like how shabby I feel like I look.
Oh, you look nice.
So I cut it.
Well, you cut it well.
Thanks, Ma. Life goes on. Talk. You good boy? You want the fan on for a while?
Get some fresh air.
Some fresh air for a little DOGs?
Yeah. You're smart.
Where's the damn remote? There it is.
Oh, that feels good.
You getting hungry, Mom?
Yeah. Oh, that breeze feel. Oh, that feels.
You get hot?
Yeah.
I think you get hotter than I do. Alright. Boy, man. Alright, we'll just do that. Alright, here we go.
Okay.
Alright, hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hailk empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. And the earth ain't the earth that, like everybody knew it was. It ain't that earth no more. Like I've been talking about for years. Here we go. More earth changes. I hope people are really adaptable. I hope they're in their adaptable era. Otherwise, they're going to have a hard time. I got so much beautiful in me. I hate change, though.
What?
I hate change.
You hate change?
I hate change. Change is scary. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's true.
It don't feel good. Change means I have to do things that don't feel good to make things happen, and I don't like it. Well, maybe I'll be in my era that I can just have other people do stuff for me.
Maybe,
You know?
that's a good
I'll
job.
just pay people to pack up this stuff and move it for me. Heck, that's what the military did for years. How much of the government, how much of the general pop don't know about that? See, they call it frickin' military intelligence, which is an oxymoron. And military secrets, because they don't want the world to know what fucking stupid shit they do. And now that they've like sequestered off and allotted so much for nonsense, I mean, it doesn't, like, it's not defense of the country. It's justification of ego, is what it is. And people are getting figured out. Truth always comes out, huh, Ma?
Yes, it does.
Ma used to say that so much when I was a little kid that I would do stuff and then I couldn't sleep at night, and then I'd go tell on myself so I could go to sleep. You're a good boy, Benny. Yeah, it was, I don't know, it was kind of hectic for a buddy of mine who I went to bed last night. Right before bed, I kind of scrolled because I don't follow people. I people pop into my head, so I look and see how they're doing, and I looked to see how my buddy was doing, and I don't think he was doing real good because his 12-year-old daughter wanted to go on a walkabout, Decided to go on a walkabout, you know. Left school on the bus. You know, this is stuff that we used to do when I was 15. We lived in Redding. Chico was 77 miles away, and I went with some people that I kind of knew. Hitched a ride with them because I got a ticket to Primus. You know. Mom was otherwise engaged, see. That's the generation that, you know, it didn't work out. Parents split up. And then mom's on the prowl, trying to find a man to take care of us. It just never worked out that way. Life had different plans, but anyway, that looks like a Volkswagen Fastback to me. It's even like the same baby blue color that like Joycey used to have with stickers all over it. See, I was 15 going to taking trips from Redding, you know, weekend trips to San Francisco and stuff. Like, you know, the world is a different place. It's not that place anymore because people, the creep has oozed to an amount that just like it can't be hidden because there's so many creepy people and they put themselves in positions of authority because it kind of correlates creepy people with egomaniacal behaviors. It kind of goes hand in hand.
That's different.
So so many people, you know, and then it's like, and the club got too big, right? It's like, hey, if we can trust you, we'll give you all the bonuses and advantages that we have. And so all these people brought all these other people on board in whatever capacity. Mm-hmm. And then they came to the conclusions, you know, that people within the organization have their own agendas.
That's true. From
their own beliefs based on religion, frame of right. It don't matter. People do weird shit, man. Ask people that work in the ER. There's always people freaking... They're always talking about stories about people, the stuff that people have to have retrieved from their anus. So, it's not me. I don't do it. When I was 2, I put a fish hook through my tongue. Whoa. Mom, you about passed out. Grammy and Papa were moving out of one place. Yeah. Or we were moving out. Fish hook in my tongue. Had to go to the hospital. I was a mischievous child. I was very curious. I was a very curious child. I did things out of curiosity because that's what spirits and as human beings are supposed to do. They're supposed to, you know, try this, try that. But I got solutions, you know. I'm not just going to complain about how things are. I got solutions. Like all these bored people that are doing drugs. You know, like when I was a kid, there's or a young kid, 15, 17, 20, you know, there's all this stuff I wanted to do. I did do a lot of stuff. I mean, when I was initially going into the Air Force, my first job, I was going to be a lineman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was going to be a lineman. Lineman, I was gonna be a line Marge.
Don't mess with
Yeah, they do, Mom. They do every chance they get. And so, and then what happened is I had like started my period and I was 3 pounds over my max allotted weight. Oh. So they said, "Oh, we're gonna have to sign you up for something else." And then I was like, I was ready to ship off in MEPS. I was ready to go off to wherever and do whatever to satisfy, you know, some sort of fucking agenda for somebody else so I can do what I need to do to take care of my mom. I mean, it's crazy. You know, it's a lot easier for people, I think, now. No, it's not. That's why I got all these ideas to help make things easier because I have struggled in all of these areas, but I have the knowledge and the intellect, and I haven't collected a record from throwing hands. Yeah. You know, I've established myself as a peaceful being because I've been to war, and it's all stupid. So, you know, it's getting to a point that my credibility and my resume is gonna be,
Resume.
from the Nepo babies,
Nepo.
and some of the because people want to do stuff, they want to contribute to their community. They just don't want to have to deal with the fucking bullshit in order to do that. So we create apps, from variety of ranges to help, instead of just giving a few people the job, like so few people the best benefits to do the job, and then it's so few that very little ever gets done. Because by the time you fill this hot pothole, there's 8 more. Like there's all, So what we're going to do is we're going to open that up for everybody. Yeah, just have an app, before and after pictures. It's an honor system. I'm sure there's going to be, there's going to be checks and balances that are going to be more significant than the government. Because the government, dude, there's stories, dude. It's pageantry and decorum, and how dare you get upset. I don't know about your FYP, but my FYP is a whole lot of freaking people, like, getting fucking fed up in these city council meetings and stuff. But you gotta still believe, you gotta still be careful about anything, there's still that grain of whatever you see outside of your own eyes, and even that, there's a percentage of what you see with your own eyes you can't believe. That anything you see on the internet, it's not going to be true. There's that potential. And I got all excited, and then I started looking at it, and I was like, oh, that's AI. That's AI. Oh, it's like everything, it's like living as a human being. It's about dodging evil shit and learning about your discernment. That's what being a person is. And taking care of people you love. But people don't love themselves. So they don't take care of themselves because they hate themselves, so they do things to make themselves feel better. And then the things that they do cause themselves detriment, right? The habits that people have had to soothe themselves has caused them harm, from alcohol, eating, sitting, playing videos all day. I mean, people, you know what people's aspirations are right now, Mom? Like, get a box van, put a bed in the back of it, get some wireless internet, and play their fucking Xbox. Like, that's America. Like, people are wondering why everything's falling apart is because people, aren't going off to be linemen. I didn't end up being a lineman, which is good, because had I been a lineman and I gone to Operation Iraqi bullshit, I would have been fucking target practice. I would have died. I would have been killed.
Yes.
Mom wouldn't be here either.
Whoa.
But so Aunt Flo came crash landing. So I went into age, and I still ended up on Crete, the island of Crete. Yeah. Hi, Lunatickle. How you doing, pretty girl? Sassy. She's frisky in her bits. She said, don't you mess with me. I am not in a mood. Let this cool down for a couple minutes, okay, Mom? It's got like, talk. Don't you go bailing off nothing, sir. Straight into your house. So all this Pisces, I don't know, my chart, I'm all fucked up. I'm like, woo! Like, dude, I'm getting body checked by like a fucking 50, I don't know, the guy's like mid-50s, I don't know how. I'm like, and then he's like 6 foot, and I'm just like, Mar, and all I can do, I'm standing there with my hands, I had my, cause I'm a peaceful being, Mom.
Peaceful being.
I have been training for the event my whole life, so I had a 28-pound bag of dog food on my shoulder, and they kept, like, his wife was coming this way, and he's like which is hitting me. He's just hitting me with his stomach. And then the fucking manager's over there like, I didn't see anything. I'm like, you are a fucking woman seeing a woman getting bullied. Suck a dick, Tractor Supply manager. Like, I don't care if you don't like people. You don't let people get fucking you don't let that. And so I'm thinking, every time I leave the house, I'm just like, I gotta get home to mom, and it can't be hours, because if I end up in the fucking nobody's gonna get me out. I'll be lost in the system if I end up in fucking jail in fucking Taos, and they'll just fucking do whatever they want to me and teach me a lesson and all this stupid cousin shit. You know, just proving the point of why people in the system are shit and suck. Most of them, because, especially in New Mexico, oh my God, what happened overnight? You know, people hanging out of the park. Okay, here's the gun. Let's start shooting people. I mean, come on, do better. Is it the parents that are like, listen, kid, you're going to go out and you're going to do what you want. Just don't cause harm. My whole life, mom has taught me not to cause harm, because this guy's in front of me and I already have it planned out. I'm just like, just so that the dog of bag food's in his hand, and then jump up and headbutt the man right square in his face. And my head is hard as fuck, because I'm Aries, I'm Ram, you know, so let's... You know, and then just have the grown man sprawled out. You know, but then the sheriff would come and all that stuff. And then I know the woman that said, I didn't see anything, as they take my bag of... I mean, I got on camera, the guy smacked, the lady, the little chihuahua bitch, smacked the phone. I'm just laughing at her like, dude, this is Taos. Like, that's what happens when you get a saturated mentality that just sits and stays, and it's just stagnant. It like ferments. It gets like stinky and like no rotation of service. It's just the same thing, you know? Every fucking year. I lived here 4 years, and it's like always the library shit. Like, ooh, it's Dr. Seuss Day. Why do you care about Dr. Seuss? Your fucking children can't read. You don't need to worry about it. You know? It's stupid. It's stupid, but it's not just New Mexico. It's It's just all the people, all the dumb cousins. You have all these groups of nepotism and power and dominance and control, and then they just splintered off because all these other groups, and now it's just this cluster fucking nonsense in America, and the whole planet's just pointing and laughing at America. America's a fucking joke. There's this guy, the hotel guy on TikTok, and he gave a family from Venezuela. You know, see, because we're just on a fucking rock, supposedly, thriving through. Like, people are just... You know what people deserve in life? Food, water, shelter. Boom. Anything else is fucking fluff. Anything else beyond that is like your ego. Is like somebody trying to feed a fucking hunger inside them, because they don't have the sense that hunger is fed by helping other people instead of themselves. And that gluttony is never fed. The self-serving is never fed. That's not by sight. Satan wants people to live for themselves and live that best life. That's all Satan. Yeah, just fuck every man. They should have made better choices. No, I made every fucking right choice, and I still ended up in fucking Taos. And this place is getting so big, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna focus on my own shit. I'm not gonna be a part of their shit, so I'm gonna come up with my own little... I'm gonna have my own little, like, place. And then I'm gonna invite travelers. TikTok travelers. Social media people, you know? And they don't gotta be big to me. They just gotta be cool. And they can come on out, take a shower, do all your laundry, charge all your devices. Heck, I'll give you some more. I'll send you with some t-shirts, some socks with straight people like rainbows too. You know, get recharge, experience Taos, help with the pet rescue on hand, that kind of thing. And I'm just gonna create my own little place on planet Earth. And the rest, and if everybody else does that, then maybe this place will get cooler. But I'm not, my era of the people, I'm at a place that I'm secure. So I don't feel like I need to save anybody anymore, I guess. Here you go, Mom. How's that?
Very good.
You love it?
Oh.
There's 7 days. How many people is the fucking crash test dummies? Marge, I'm a clown. Let there be a day just for picnics and wine and bread. You want to just do this
No.
at your leisure? You don't?
Oh.
Here, just eat it.
No.
Don't give any to Benny. He don't. And the deal is, he don't get noodles unless he does noodle lips. Today, my cat's 10, or I've had him 10 years. He's not 10. He was like 11 months when I got him. But we've been together. He don't want to move across country no more either. So, anyway. Yeah, my buddy, his daughter, she came back. She was spotted, you know. But they had I don't know. I think the concern is like one of the girls that were on the walkabout were is like type 1 diabetic, and she didn't have her insulin, so that's a concern. You know, and I know what it's like. You just don't want you don't want to be any place that you're supposed to be. When I was 12, that was such a hard year for me too. What is that, like a Saturn return? There's something that happened. It was my 12 year, it was like we moved from Reading. I started in one school, and then we moved from Reading down to Los Osos. And then like the cats here. Oh, you got something in your eye? The cats couldn't be in the house at the ladies that we were staying at, so they had to stay in a rabbit house. Tucker, that's what I said. I didn't want you to bail off that, and that's exactly what you did and give me a heart attack. Oh my gosh. Here. And then I went to Flamson, and that's where we saw one rocket take off there from Vandenberg, supposedly. And then I only went there for a couple months, and then we ended up in Paso Robles. I was at Sunnyside in Los Osos, and then I went to Paso Robles. And these schools were like small elementary schools. And then I went to Flamson, and it was like 6th, 7th, and 8th in Paso Robles. And there was like 2,700 kids in that school, and it was a culture shock. I had to dress out for PE. You know, I already knew I was a little queer kid. I didn't want to get naked in front of other people and all this stuff, you know. But there's the big mean lady standing at the door with their clipboard, waiting to mark my name off. And then Flamson is where I was when I watched the space shuttle blow up. See, we did all that because my brother wanted to go live with my dad. And my dad was a jerk, so my mom wanted to have a place, be close, so if he wanted a place that he could escape to from my dad, he could come over and hang out with us. But my brother hated us and resented us so much that I would sit out in a little tree out in the front yard waiting for him to walk past, because we lived 2 blocks away, and he'd walk past where we lived to go home every day, and he wouldn't even look at me. You know? I remember when I made my amends to him, he said, Marge, I was never really a good brother to you. He said, it's just, there's a lot of jerks out there, and I just wanted you to be sure, I wanted you to be prepared on how to deal with jerks. And my thinking with all my Pisces stellium and shit, and I'm like, dude, you could have been like my one safe heaven. You could have been like my one example that not all dudes are assholes, but you're just more affirmation, dude. You just prove the point. People just prove their point. So I'm gonna let them prove their point, and I'm just unplugging from planet Earth. And I was so excited to find out on Chewy I can get the dog's food that I had to go to Tractor Supply to get anyway. So fuck them. Tractor Supply in Taos, dude, you people suck. if I could ask any, like, what is the words that I said that you found so offensive? What is this thing that I said? See, that's the thing. People, my whole life, it's my Chiron and Aries, I think. My whole life, people have been like, you are such an asshole. You are such a this. You are, and I'm just like, name the thing I did. Name the thing I did. You know? When I brought you soup, you know, and I have a list of things I've done, and it doesn't matter what you fucking do for people, because when people are narcissistic, when they're aliens, when they're the fucking, you know, the neuro, what fucking, people without souls, I don't give a shit, because yeah, everybody deserves a fucking place to live, and food to eat, if they want, and if they want to travel around, that's fine, they can have a place to leave their shit, without having to pay for it. Everybody on earth deserves that, but not the fucking rich people. All rich people do is they just go around and do whatever they want to do. That's it. There's no monetary value attached to them at all. They just go around, they fly here, they fly there, they don't give a shit about this, and people are just like, my God, if I only had $2,000 a month to live on, I mean, if I could just have that, that would take off so much pressure that that people could start fucking not having an autoimmune disease because they're so fucking stressed out on how they're gonna pay their fucking bills because we have to support people to buy their stupid Tesla trucks. So if a couple, you know, it's collateral damage. All these people are terribly, terribly disappointed that people are harming other people's property. And I'm just like, dude, what about intellectual property? Nobody gives a shit about that with all the intelligence artificial everywhere. So where is it supposed to matter? Because it doesn't matter over here. So why should it matter over here? It's all so fucking blurry, dude. The people that make up the rules, they can't even keep up with this shit. Are you getting full?
I'm fine.
Here.
Thank you.
What kind is this? You liked it?
Yeah.
Or no?
It's light. It's hot.
Here. I didn't even read the box. You want some juice?
Some juice, yeah.
I'll get you some of that Newton juice. That came from Chico too. Newton's in Chico, right where we dropped off the U-Haul when we ended up moving back up to Reading because Jerry's such a jerk. That was the time that Mom, here, we had one of those big Ryder trucks that we moved all this stuff back up to Reading in. Because that's all they had. We didn't have the stuff to fill it in. But then we emptied it out when we moved into like this Bates Motel trailer that was right next to I-5 in Shasta Lake. Right before Bridge Bay. You done?
Yes.
No more?
No.
Okay.
Very good.
We'll eat some of that coconut cake bites after a while, okay? Good job. Watch out, honey bear. And then so Mom said Mom was already starting to have an episode. Mom had episodes, is what we called them. She was having her mental break. She was having mental breakdowns, and that's just how she coped with it. And I can identify and explain like everything she did. And she did really good with her coping mechanisms because she didn't like go to drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. And so she just did really weird shit. Well, it made sense to her. Anyway, so, and then she started telling me that the only place that we could drop this truck off was in Chico, and that was 77 miles away, and it's 7:30 at night, and I'm doing the math, and I just know that she's just on an episode. So I was like, okay, Mom, I'm going with you though. So we head off to Chico in this big old huge Ryder moving truck, the biggest one, and then she like starts talking and getting worked up and stuff, and she goes off on this frontage road, and then I can see the highway off on the distance, and the cars, the lights, they're real small. So we're out in the middle of like an orchard someplace, and we're on one of those on the road. Where do you want to be, bud? The road where like where you can travel through to maintain the fields and stuff like that. So so it was raised, and she gets this thing maxed out, governed at 70 miles an hour, and she starts asking me, "Do you got faith in God? You have faith in God?" And I'm like, "Yes, Mom. You have taught us to always have." Like I'm like, and she's like, "Well, you better start praying. You better ask God to start helping you. You better start asking God to start saving you." And then she hits the headlights and she turns the headlights off. And I just remember I went into the back of the box car, the trailer, and it's empty. And I'm just like, God, why is this my life? Like, what the fuck did hey! Well, by that time I was 13. But I was just like, why? Like, what? Like, I don't even... What? And then, you calm her back down, give her, pep talk, and, get her home, tuck her in, and get up and go to school the next day. You want to go outside? Go ahead. So yeah, 12, 13, that was my 6th grade year, that was my 6th grade year. So I went to 4 schools, and then on the way down there, the car broke down in Visalia, and we stayed with a woman, Debbie, that Mom went to high school with, and her family for like 7 weeks, and I just didn't go to school. I just hung out with their daughter, who had was in a wheelchair, and she's such a happy kid, Yeah, it was kind of cool. They were a family unit. That was a nice example of like a family unit that I never got to see. So didn't go to school 7 weeks, and then went to 4 different schools.
Whoa,
that was, and then that was the year that all the people went to like Need Camp, where they'd go camping in the cabins, and they'd sing, do all that fun shit, and like every school I went to, I just missed it, or it was coming up and we moved, so I didn't get to go. Woohoo! You want to go outside? Go potty? Go ahead. Come on. Come on. Good dog. Good dog. Good boy. Go ahead. I love travelers. I love the spirit of the traveler. I got the spirit of the travel. I always, I've been called to do other things too, to be to be at home and make sure Mom's needs and everything are taken care of. It's not life isn't just about the perceiver having the perception. That's for sure. There's so many self-absorbed people out there, man. They're easy to see, though. They're easy to see. But what do we care? I don't got to leave the house. All I got to do is try and visualize what we want to do next, huh, Ma? Yeah?
Yeah.
Right? We don't have too many people we got to carry along with us.
Carry along.
Yeah, we don't got a lot of people going with us into the next earth. That's all right. We've always done pretty okay, just you and me, huh, Ma?
Yes,
we got people on our peripherals though. I mean, nobody is ever truly alone. There's too many different frequencies and lost loved ones in those frequencies that won't allow it. I don't know. But see, Mom always, I guess I never ran away because Mom always knew where I was. You know? What is that? It's just making people worry. I hate that shit. Stop running away, kids. So, there was 4 killed, 3 killed, 16 injured in Las Cruces at a park just because people are hanging out and somebody got pissed off. And then, like, that kid, 12 years old, 13 years old, ran over that dude, recorded it. It's just like, what, is there not discipline? Like, where is the discipline? You know? Go, have these kids freaking use their energy. Go freaking work in a garden. Like, get sweaty and gross and work hard. Like, get tired. Wear yourself out. Then you won't want to do that weird, gross shit, you know? Anyway. All right, that's about all I got. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.